So at the beginning of every school year, my mom would always send out an email to my teachers saying, "My daughter has epilepsy, she takes a lot of medication, and she's always tired. Please be patient with her." Since I was always tired from my medicine, getting up in the morning was the worst part of my day. And going to school, I was always falling asleep during my class and never absorbed any of the information taught in the morning. I started dozing off in class and not paying attention. Most of my negative attitude towards learning came from how my teachers were. Though it was not their intention, my teachers had a way of making me view myself as less than some of the other students. For example, in first grade, we had this way of saying how advanced you were at reading. So we would categorize books A through Z on how hard they were. And I was still in the C category, reading picture books with some sentences here and there, while all the other kids were in the H category, reading short chapter books. And I can remember my teachers being enthusiastic towards the H level kids, but I can't remember a time where they were trying to enhance my reading abilities. And in second grade, I had this one teacher who always knew when I didn't know the answer, and that's when she would call on me. I felt like she just wanted to embarrass me, and none of my teachers wanted me to succeed. I figured no teachers understood. They knew what I had. They knew I had epilepsy, but they didn't understand why it was affecting me so much. The next few years, I'd go to the nurse's office and I'd call my mom. I'd tell my mom, "Mom, I have a headache, please come pick me up. Mom, I feel nauseous, please come pick me up." Almost every other day, I was begging her to pick me up from school. Going home all the time kept me from trying in school and reaching my true potential of what I could have done. It wasn't until my freshman year that I realized that I was having teachers who wanted me to succeed rather than just meet the deadline. I had one teacher in specific that just wanted me to understand the material and do well. This teacher showed me, they believed that I had some light of potential inside me that I didn't see yet until I was getting good grades and understanding the material. My teacher gave me extensions, and I went in for extra help in the morning, after school, during lunch. And though I didn't always want to go in for extra help, it really paid off because I was getting better grades, I was going in to see my teachers, and I even received an academic award. And I never would have done any of that if my teacher hadn't shown me that I could do it, that I could do well in school, that maybe school was my thing. I finally had a teacher who understood what I was going through and whose only goal was to show me I could do it. My teacher understood that I wasn't slacking when I was falling asleep in the morning in that class, but that I was struggling to stay awake. Teachers that show kindness instead of dominance over their students are the teachers that form a bond of trust with their students. Teachers are taught to be harsh on their students by setting deadlines and giving a kid only half credit or a 0 when they don't turn the assignment in on time. And I remember a lot of teachers tried to use this on me and my fellow classmates, and it never worked on me, and I didn't see it working on my other classmates very well. Occasionally, I just wouldn't turn in an assignment at all because I didn't understand what was going on and help wasn't offered to me. Sometimes kids just need a little belief from the teacher that they can do their schoolwork, and not just motivation to do their homework, but a teacher who will go and create a bond of trust and motivate them that they can do anything in school and they have potential to be something. Every 9 seconds, a kid drops out of school. If a teacher had built a bond with that student, they would see these signs of their student thinking about dropping out before they actually did it. Some teachers don't quite realize the impact and life-changing effects they can have on their students. Many kids have needs that go beyond the academics. Before they can actually learn, they need a safe, secure environment that feels like they're comfortable learning there. Sometimes this can involve comfortable furniture or light music playing in the background. And kids need the most primary needs a human could have. They need food, water, rest, and safety. It's the teacher's job to secure the safety aspect of the classroom. It's been found that when teachers are greeting kids at the door before class, there's a 20% increase in engagement and a 9% decrease in bad behavior. This added a whole extra hour of learning to the school day. My teacher made the classroom a safe environment to let down my guard and take risks. Now, one day I was too tired to do my work, so I went on my phone. And not being a very sneaky person, I didn't realize that my teacher was walking towards us, and they said, "Katie, is that a phone I see?" And there was just a huge wave of shame that washed over me. There was such disappointment in their tone and voice that they may not remember that moment today, but the bond of trust that I felt like I had broken that day, I can still remember. I still remember the disappointment in their voice and exactly how they said it. If it were any other teacher, I probably wouldn't have cared very much. I probably would have gone on my phone once they walked away again. But it shows that a teacher and a student can create such a trusting bond that it matters that much, that I still remember it. But another time later that year, we read a book called Catcher in the Rye. And it's no Shakespeare, but it's also not straightforward. There's a lot of reading between the lines. And that's something that I struggled with at the beginning. But towards the end, I made this insightful comment of, "But did Phoebe catch Holden?" And my teacher was so proud of me. They got out of their chair, walked across the room, and high-fived me. And that was just a feeling of pride and that I was doing something right. I was thriving in school. My teacher was proud of me. That pride motivated me to try harder and harder in school and just push myself to be the best I could be. It's even a little inside joke now when we pass each other in the hallway. It's "But did Phoebe catch Holden?" Teachers can educate, inspire, and guide students towards success. Teachers that build a bond with their student are the teachers that give advice that students will remember forever. Teachers need to make learning fun. Instead of just giving a textbook and tests to learn from, they need to inspire the kids. Inspire the kids to reach for their goals, whether they can be short-term or long-term. If my middle school teachers had told me to go for something that I didn't think I could do, or if they told me to go for something I didn't think I could do, I still wouldn't have gone for it because there was no bond of trust that actually made me feel like they thought I could do it. It would just be them saying those meaningless words. But talking to my freshman teacher this year about challenging colleges I was applying to made me more confident I could get into them. Now, I went to my teacher during a tough time in my high school career, but I also went to my teacher's office when I wanted to tell them that I won an award, not involving school, but sports. When I'm proud of something, that's what I want to tell my teacher, not just things that concern the classroom or academics. We are in school for 12 years. That is at least 14% of our lives. I believe we should be able to look back at that 14% with nothing but content. I trust my teacher like I trust my best friends, and I will never forget the decisions and advice my teacher gave me and helped me make. So suddenly school was my thing? I never would have known if it weren't for my freshman teacher, and I truly hope that teachers realize the life-changing impact they can have on a student's success. And I truly believe that if a teacher tries hard enough, many students can have the bond and relationship I had with my teacher. Thank you.